Hello, welcome to the Humanergy Leadership Podcast. I'm David Wheatley, and we're here to talk all things leadership. This week, I want to talk about something from our latest book, What Great Teams Do Great. If you've seen that book, if you've got a copy, you've probably seen the picture in it around the slippery slope. And the slippery slope is how we map issues. And we map them on two dimensions. One is how easy or complicated is it? And then the other one is how soon or late is it? How long has this issue been going on? And if you map those two out, you can plot any issue on a grid to that point. We start off with, if you're dealing with an issue early, whether that's a simple or a complex issue, it's what we call the engage zone. I'm being proactive, I'm being preventative, I'm dealing with it early, I'm taking the green path in What Great Teams Do Great language, because I'm addressing this issue in a time appropriate way. Usually, if it's a big enough issue, I would recommend do it within 24 hours. You might have to wait 24 hours to get your head into the right gear. If you listened to last episode, you might want to create a choice space, a stop, but within 24 hours, deal with it. Because the common pattern is if we don't deal with it, then it slips into the avoid zone. Again, no matter how simple or complex it is, as time lapses, we say things like, I hope it goes away. I'm not worried about it. It'll take care of itself. And we're missing a potential opportunity. And when things slip into the avoid zone, we tend to neglect them and let them go. And they slide and they keep moving away from us until they hit what I would call the crisis line. And this is the point where it becomes really hard to return from, because the challenge of that, the complexity, the hardness of the issue just then declines rapidly. It gets worse and slips into the destructive zone, because now it's very painful. It's seriously impacting results and relationships. It's expensive, it's difficult, and we end up being reactive. And so you can probably map issues that you've had along that line as it goes from the engage zone. I should have dealt with it then, should have nipped it in the bud. Through the avoid zone, yeah, well, maybe it'll take care of itself. Into the destructive zone, now it's painful and I don't know how to deal with it because I've let this go too long. Wherever you are, though, what we found in What Great Teams Do Great is there's no better time than today to start addressing it, start dealing with it. Because the sooner the better. You've got to engage in it. Otherwise, it just continues to get worse. And you may think, well, it feels really bad to do it now. And it's a matter of take some short-term pain for the long-term gain. Because if you're taking the short-term gain, then the pain in the long term is only going to get worse. So the slippery slope, well worth investigating and looking into. I'll throw the picture up in the show notes that you can look at and see where that goes. But think about, where are my issues, the big issues on my plate at the moment? And what do I need to do in order to move them into the engage zone and start addressing some of these so that they're not getting worse? Because if I leave it, it's not going to get any better. It's only going to get worse. Check out the slippery slope. Check out What Great Teams Do Great. You've been listening to the Humanergy Leadership Podcast. I'm David Wheatley, and we're brought to you by the book, What Great Teams Do Great, available now at all good bookstores. Thanks to Brian Spencer and Finkel for the music. Please share any feedback and suggestions. I'm available through humanergy.com. And go to iTunes, like, subscribe, and leave us a review so that other people can find us. In the meantime, till next time we meet, stay healthy.